Fox 12 is your home of the Portland Thorns, and Portland has the possibility of finding itself in second place this weekend. Before their first extended road trip of the NWSL season, our Nick Krupke sat down with Kelli Hubly. The sixth-year defender from Chicago scored her first career goal at home last weekend in front of the place that she loves the most.
What Smith can do here, the in-swinger, the header is on, and it's in! Splendid service! An even better header!
So finally, nobody has to ask, when is Kelli Hubly gonna score? Finally arrived. How special was that moment, and how many times did you watch it back now?
It was like the coolest moment of my life. Like we always joke about it happening, but I think it was way cooler and more amazing than I could ever imagine. Everyone keeps asking me, and I'm like, yeah, like it was the best moment of my life. I swear, it like doesn't feel real. But it was so special, and I'm glad it finally happened. And I've been like, why isn't it happening? And I'm so glad like that was the best moment for it to happen.
You're part of the power couple in Soccer City. Dating the Timbers, Eric Williamson, for a couple of years now. You guys were friends first. How special is that connection you guys have, that you don't work together, but you work in the same field, and you know the demands that it takes of the job, and you're able to give each other time, and you can understand that you know like he's gonna leave for a week, or just the amount of time that he needs to put into himself to, you know, when you guys find time for each other, you certainly can.
Yeah, it's pretty special because he teaches me a lot, and like I would like to think I teach him a lot, but probably not as much as he teaches me. And he likes to go over my games with me and like tell me if I play bad, like tell me if I play good, and it's just like to make me better. He wants me to be like the best version of myself. He has like bigger goals for me than I have for myself, so I think it's pretty special. And yeah, like we get each other's lifestyle, and like last year when he went for Gold Cup, like he was gone a month, and so like that was hard, but like we get it. And we live such a unique lifestyle that it's hard to understand if you're not in it. So it's pretty great that we get to do this together, and we have to like make each other grow.
Do you guys live together?
I mostly like live with him, but I have my own apartment. But we're mostly, if he's in town, I'm always with him. Well, he has a house.
Oh, okay.
And I plant all my vegetables there.
Okay.
So.
You got a vegetable garden at his house? Oh, that's very cool.
Yeah.
Great. What's your go-to vegetable?
Okay, well, the weather like kind of killed my tomato plants, but I planted strawberries, tomatoes, peppers, cucumbers, lettuce. The lettuce is like flourishing.
Yeah.
Everything else, it's been kind of hard because of the weather.
Yeah, and you're a big cook too, right?
Yeah, I love to cook.
How
and
hard?
he has a good kitchen, so I'd be cooking in the kitchen, yeah.
So there was a time in soccer, you spent 3 years in Kentucky and then came back home at DePaul, but there was a time in your life where you didn't think soccer was the future for you. Even when you first arrived in Portland, you didn't have a roster spot.
No.
So even in those times, when they were as challenging as they could have been, you stuck with it.
Yeah.
And look where you are now.
Yeah, that first year was pretty hard, but I kind of like needed to do it for myself. I was like, okay, if I hate it, I don't have to do it anymore. But I told myself I'd give myself the year. Like if you asked me months in, I'm like, I wanted to go home so many times. But I was like, okay, I'm gonna give it a year. And by the end of the year, I grew so much that I was like, okay, I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna win a spot. And I did, so it all worked out.
Kelli and the Thorns are in Houston for Sunday's matchup with the Dash, and you can tune in for live coverage beginning at 3:30 as Nick Krupke and Laura Schott host Countdown to Kickoff on Fox 12+. The NWSL play at 4 o'clock, and then stick around for the live post-game show as well, with After the Match on your home for the Portland Thorns.